the forecast, things looking crazy. A storm on the horizon, the pressure is low. Gotta get moving, put on a show. The news is all buzzing, state of alert, but we've got a plan, we're ready to work. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. See a little fire or a rising flood, we're a well-oiled machine, we're running in the mud. From the city hall meetings to the rescue teams, turning worst case scenarios into hopeful dreams. We're training the people, we're stocking the gear, we're the team you can count on when trouble is near. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. It's more than a job, it's a calling, you see. Prepared for the present and what's yet to be. Every second counts, we're ready to react for our communities. We're making an impact. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. Yeah, we're
Picking you up, ready to go. EMA, let's get this show on the road. Let's do this, guys. Let's kick this can right over. Let's make it happen right now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of Emergency Management Associates. My name's Ron Tyler. We're coming to you from the Area Command, 392 miles west of Kitty Hawk Beach, North Carolina. Welcome to our program, everybody. We're glad to have you here. We're going to start off this program with a salute to the United States of America by the national anthem, and before that, the Pledge of Allegiance. Would everyone please rise?
Indivisible, with liberty. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now would you make welcome, straight from Washington, D.C., the United States Army Corps Quartet.
Yeah.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Oh, yeah! Come on, folks, let them know it. America's finest right there.
America's finest, the United States Army Barbershop Quartet performing at the Barbershop Quartet Convention in 2020. We're glad we can be able to broadcast this for you. We have the permission of the United States Army to do this. We have a permission from the Barbershop Quartet Convention to also do this. We appreciate these men for giving us the Star Spangled Banner and the host of the Barbershop Convention for giving us the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate it very much. Thank you. Guys, we have a lot to talk about. We have quite a big show for you to show you tonight. First off, my big story here is President Trump and Lindsey Graham. President Trump and Lindsey Graham here. Today, Lindsey Graham had his funeral, both in Washington, D.C., and 2 funeral services tomorrow in South Carolina. Lindsey Graham served 35 years in the United States Senate. His age was 71 years old. Fairly young as a senator. 71. We have some senators that are now 91 years old as well. They need to go. Lindsey Graham died. Lindsey Graham died, guys. Very sorry to say that. He died. Okay? We love Lindsey Graham. We love him very much. Lindsey Graham was carried in by an honor guard from all military services into the rotunda of the United States Capitol. 3 hours later, he was carried over into the limousine to the hearse and carried over to the National Cathedral where his funeral later was. Okay, here he's lying in state in the U.S. Capitol for about 3 hours. Then he was transported from there to the National Cathedral for his funeral service. Lindsey Graham was 79 years old. Okay, I met Lindsey Graham a lot of years ago, very briefly in San Diego. Guys, let me tell you about his funeral service today. A very great man. Very great man. Not just here in the United States, but worldwide. He was honored worldwide today as well. Okay? Many people from around the world were attending his funeral service. President Zelensky from Ukraine was there. A representative from Saudi Arabia was there. Several other representatives from around the world were also there. President Trump was there. Vice President Vance was there. Sean Hannity was there. And of course, Lindsey Graham's family. Okay? I'm going to tell you about it right now. Lindsey Graham is being remembered today after he lied in state in the U.S. Capitol for about 3 hours. We say goodbye to the most influential American politician of his generation. Lindsey Graham passed away on July 11th, at age 71. Senator Lindsey Graham is being remembered today as one of the most influential American politicians. His service with tributes in the Capitol Rotunda included senators and lawmakers from both sides of the aisle to remember their friend and colleague. Senator Lindsey Graham, who's the son of pool hall owners, rose to become one of this generation's most influential U.S. politicians at home and abroad. He was utilized today both in the Capitol building and over in his funeral service in Washington Cathedral. He was eulogized today as a swashbuckling public servant, a true American original during his memorial services today. His flag-draped casket was carried inside by Armed Forces team in recognition of his military service. Lindsey Graham was an Air Force colonel. Lindsey Graham was an Air Force colonel. Unreal. How many of you knew that? I didn't. I had no idea. An Air Force colonel, guys. Unreal. A great man. A great man, guys. Okay? Now, just give me a second. I'm going to raise this slide up here. There we go. Sorry about that. At Senator Graham's funeral procession today at the Washington National Cathedral, President Trump remembered Graham, calling him a giant of the U.S. Senate. A giant of the U.S. Senate, guys. Again, he's a great man. A very great man. Okay? Now, even though Lindsey's life was cut short while he was still so full of vim and vigor, there could be no doubt that he lived his life to the absolute fullest. He died doing the work he was born to do. He was truly a great politician serving the country he loved to serve so deeply. Speaking at Graham's funeral service today, Trump called him the South Carolina Republican, a beloved friend, a devoted brother, a respected statesman, and a giant of the U.S. Senate, a true American original. By the strength of his steadfast convictions, the force of his magnetic personality, and the goodness of his noble soul, Lindsey Graham rose from a small town in rural South Carolina to become a constant fixture of American politics at the highest level. Trump said nothing significant happened anywhere in the world without Lindsey Graham having a view on it. President Trump mixed heartfelt praise with stories that drew laughter from the mourners. President Trump recounted how Graham joked that the turning key to running to his parents' bar was being funny enough to keep people coming back. Okay? He joked that the key to running the company, the pool bar, was to keep people coming back and having laughter. Although he was tough as well, tough enough to thrive. President Trump also recalled Graham declining an invitation from Senator Tim Scott to a 8:30 a.m. prayer breakfast, quipping, "Tim, if Jesus himself comes back before 10 a.m., I ain't going yet." Calling Graham's influence felt around the world, Trump said it was a testament to his towering impact that presidents, prime ministers, and other world leaders traveled to Washington, D.C. to honor the longtime senator. No matter how high he rose, he never forgot where he came from. Graham helped communities across South Carolina while remaining a force on the national and the international stage. He went out at the peak of his character, the top of his game, as a legend that every one of us, many of us here today, blessed to know him, and a friend that none of us will ever forget. Vice President Vance was also there and spoke to the congregation, saying, Lindsey Graham loved people from all walks of life. I think in part because of the way he grew up. Senate Majority Leader John Toome said, ladies and gentlemen, Lindsey will be remembered as a senator, as a statesman. But for me, most of all, I will remember him as my friend. The Sean Hannity from the Fox television show, Sean Hannity, he remembered the late Lindsey Graham today as a loyal friend, a tireless public servant, and one of the funnest people he's ever known. Blending heartfelt memories with humorous stories, remembering Graham's humor, his unwavering convictions as well. Lindsey Graham's pastor from his longtime church in South Carolina remembered him as a Christian of faith, guided by both his public service and his personal relationships. Graham's niece also appeared at the funeral. She said Lindsey Graham also put his family first. She said he was the foundation of her family. Graham never had children of his own. His family was his job in the Capitol building, to which he devoted much of his time. Following the Washington services today, Graham will be honored in his beloved South Carolina tomorrow with services in Columbia and Pickens County. Pickens County is where Graham was born and where he will be laid to rest tomorrow. Those services are scheduled again for tomorrow, Wednesday. Now, along with that, the Pentagon. Today, the Pentagon announced that Joint Base Charleston, South Carolina will be renamed for late Senator Lindsey Graham. Joint Base Charleston will be renamed in honor of late Senator Lindsey Graham, according to the Air Force memo. Air Force Secretary Troy Mike directed officials to begin taking all necessary and appropriate action to rename the installation Joint Base Lindsey Graham, citing Graham's decades of distinguished service to the United States Congress and the United States Air Force. Graham spent 30 years of his life with the Air Force. That's a long time. He became a colonel in the U.S. Air Force. Graham died July 11th, as I said, at age 71. He served 33 years in the U.S. Air Force, Air National Guard, and Air Force Reserve before retiring as a full bird colonel. He was a longtime advocate for Joint Base Charleston, helping secure hundreds of millions of dollars in federal funding for the installation during his Senate career. Now, something else has happened also during the last few days that all of us need to know about. Okay? I want to point this out here. Okay? This is a sign in Tehran. Notice what is on it. It shows President Trump lying in a casket, an open casket. Okay? Iran released disturbing videos and disturbing messages throughout Tehran and on Tehran television radio. They released disturbing videos saying, "Kill Melania," threatening the First Lady and Barron Trump as well. The Secret Service said it is aware of the clip and is investigating it after it was posted on a news agency affiliated with the Iran's Revolutionary Guard. The Secret Service is investigating a very disturbing video posted in Iran that threatens both Melania and Barron Trump. The clip titled, "Where to Kill Melania." I'm not going to show it to you here because I think it's not appropriate, but the title shows a mock-up of the First Lady's motorcade moving through the streets of New York City, calls on freedom fighters to take action against her. It includes with an ominous threat against Trump's 20-year-old son, Barron Trump. "Wait for us," it says. The clip was shared on Monday by the Tasnim News and Agency in Tehran, which has been associated with, like I said, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. A spokesman for the Secret Service confirmed that the agency is aware of the video. He added that the agency invests anything that can be perceived as a threat toward our protectees. Out of concern for operational security, we do not discuss matters of protective intelligence. The video is not the first threat against the Trump family amid the ongoing conflict between the U.S. and Iran. In July, a billboard depicting the portraits of Trump, Melania, and several of the president's children above coffins draped in American flags spotted in Tehran's Palestine Square. Another billboard depicting President Trump's body in an open coffin was spotted in central Tehran earlier this month. Banners reading, "We will kill Trump," were brandished in crowds in Mashhad, ahead of the burial of Iran's former supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, who died in a U.S.-Israeli airstrike on the first day of the war. Trump has repeatedly claimed that he is a target for Iran, telling reporters at a NATO summit in Turkey that he was Iran's number one target. He said, quote, "I am the number one because they're scum. That's the way they act. That's the way they've done it for 47 years. But I'm doing what's right for our country. Earlier in July, President Trump wrote on Truth Social that orders have been given to the U.S. military to completely disseminate and destroy all areas of Iran should the regime attempt to assassinate him. I am going to clarify that. President Trump has given orders to Vice President Vance in case President Trump is assassinated, that he needs to follow through with those orders. That has been confirmed. That has been confirmed. Does anybody have any questions about anything I've talked about so far? Does anybody have anything to talk about here? Kenzo's here. Thank you, Kenzo, for being here. Sleeping Well Ken, I want to thank also for being here. There are two of our moderators here. Rich Quake is here. I have Renee Sappi here as well. I don't think Hurricane Heather's going to be here. I saw a message earlier that she has some other plans here for tonight. We're very thankful for everybody to be here tonight. We're going to be talking about earthquakes. We're going to specifically be talking about a major earthquake that hit in southern Japan earlier this afternoon. Major earthquake, a 7.3 earthquake that USGS downgraded to 6.9. USBS downgraded to 6.9. Now, I want to show you exactly what happened. This is important. This is very important. What happened here? This, okay? This helioplot here, this is called a helioplot here, okay? This helioplot here, guys, is important. This helioplot hit from Hokkaido, Japan, the closest to the epicenter of this quake. Hokkaido is in northern Japan, the northernmost island in Japan. This shows the primary wave striking Japan. Look at that. This was at least a 7.3, not a 6.9. This is a 7.3 earthquake, hands down. USGS downgrades earthquakes to nearest 0.9. They've done it for as long as I can remember. Okay, what they've done is wrong. This is definitely a 7.3 earthquake. Let me show you some more here. You're going to want to see this. This also is from Beijing, China. Also showing the power of this earthquake. 7.3 earthquake. Then the secondary waves of the earthquake as well. Okay? Let me show you another one here. This is way over on the east side of the United States from Missouri. Cathedral Cave, Missouri. Again, we're still seeing 7.3 earthquake waves all the way across on the other side of the world. All across the United States. Okay? Let's go to Australia. Southern Australia to Tasmania. Still we're seeing 7.3 earthquakes here. Tasmania, guys, Southeast Australia. South of Southeast Australia here. Let's continue. From there, I'm going to take you over to Kodiak Island, Alaska. Look at this. Same thing here. 7.3 seismic waves here. Okay? USGS had no business downgrading this earthquake at all. Period. They had no business downgrading this earthquake. Let me show you Diego Garcia out in the Indian Ocean here. Down in the Indian Ocean here. Here in Diego Garcia, guys, this is a British base, British Air Force base, a Navy base in the Indian Ocean. We're still seeing 7.3 seismic waves here. Okay? For USGS to do what they did is impossible to even understand. Okay? Let's go over to Black Forest Observatory in Germany. Look at this. Even in Germany, guys, we're seeing 7.3 major earthquake seismic waves. Okay? This is definitely a major earthquake, not a 6.9. Okay? It's incredible. Look over in Scotland. Scotland, guys, we're still seeing 7.3 earthquake waves here, all the way up to the north part of the eastern globe of the world, all the way up to the north of the eastern part of this world. Okay? Now, I want to show you across the Pacific Ocean. This comes from Panama, all the way across the ocean to Panama. We're still seeing at least 7.3 magnitude earthquake waves here. This is at least a 7.3 earthquake, possibly even larger than that. This was not an 8.0 though. This is definitely not an 8.0, but it was still a major earthquake. A major earthquake, not a 6.9 like they downgraded to. Now, I'm going to also show you some other information here that you need to see. This is important. This is vitally important, guys, or I would not even be showing it to you. Now let's go over here to the backside seismologist study page here. I want to show you this. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. This is what USGS puts out. This is not my doing, this is USGS. Okay? They call it a 6.8 earthquake. Came out as a 7.3 earthquake. I'm going to show you evidence that it came out as a 7.3 earthquake in just a minute. Okay? Came out as a 7.3 earthquake, but they downgraded to a 6.8, not even 6.9, but a 6.8 earthquake. Okay? Let's scroll down here. Just to justify what they called it, they have this here, listing this earthquake as a 6.8 earthquake, but they're not showing 45 stations reporting it though. They show 45 stations here, yes, but no station details contributed. That's typically what USGS does. Let's scroll down a little further. Look at this here. By USGS's own admission, this was not a 6.1 but a 6.8 earthquake. Here they're calling a 6.1 earthquake. They're showing 592 stations reporting, nearly 600 stations reporting. Watch this. Okay? One of the first on the left-hand side, the channel here is the seismograph located on the bottom of the ocean around Japan. On the right side is the magnitude of the earthquake that the seismograph shows here. In this case, the first one shows a 6.04. It was not a 6.04, guys, it was 7.3. Not a 6.8, but a 7.3. And nowhere in this data is showing a 6.8 either. The second one shows a 5.96, a 5.94, a 5.98, a 6.16, a 6.12, a 6.37, 6.06, 5.96, 4.99, 6.28, 5.63, 5.99, 6.21, 6.46, 6.41, 5.98, 6.09, 5.78, 6.04, 5.98, 6.44, 6.33, 6.2, 6.44, 6.07, 6.1, 5.87, 6.29, 6.15, 6.55, 5.95, 5.68, 6.08, 6.35, 6.25, 6.4, 5.62, 5.92, 5.92, 5.94, 5.53, 6.07, incredible, 5.86, 6.25, 5.98, 5.82, and this is the largest one yet, a 6.97. Not even 6.8, but 6.97 here. 6.38, 6.16, 6.34, 6.33, 6.05, 6.20, 5.69, 5.96, 5.66, 6.05, and 6.03. Okay? At no point in time does this data here relate to even a 6.8 earthquake. It only has one station report of 6.8 and none other even close to that. That leads me to wonder what they're even doing here. Leads me to wonder whatever they're doing here. They're lying to the public, guys. They're absolutely lying to the public. Now, I went through all 594 stations of reporting. Went through all of them. I gave you the highlights of the station reporting. These are highlights, guys. All the other 550 stations reporting this are false information, just like this is. They're not even going close to 6.8. Not even anywhere close. Okay? They called this a 6.8 earthquake here. They're calling this a 6.8 earthquake, but they don't show any 6.8 data. They only show one seismograph reporting the 6.8, nothing else. Okay? There are 594 stations reporting, not 592. Typically, they show even more than that. I went through all of them. I gave you good representation of what they showed you. They don't show any real data here. They don't show any real data here. Now, given that information, I've got even more information than that. Watch this, guys. Watch what I have to show you now. Okay? What I'm going to show you now, guys, is that this earthquake had no tsunami threat. No tsunami threat to non-US North America, no tsunami threat to Guam, or even to Hawaii. This data came out from the National US Tsunami Warning Center, Hawaii. No tsunami threat to Guam, CNMI from any distant earthquake. An earthquake with preliminary magnitude of 7.1 occurred in Kyushu, Japan at 5:28 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time today. Based on all available data, there is no tsunami threat to Guam, Rota, Tinian, or Saipan from this earthquake. These locations right here are closest to the earthquake, closest part of the earthquake. No actions required. Potential impacts, no tsunami threats are expected. Preliminary earthquake parameters, a 7.1 earthquake here. 5:28 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. Gives gives the compass coordinates here, gives the depth of 6.2 miles deep, Kyushu, Japan. Next update information, there will be no tsunami information as of this update. This is the only information here. Let me show you another one here. This is the one for Northern America. In this case, it issued 2 tsunami advisories here. This is the final tsunami threat message. This message is issued for information only in support of the UNESCO IOC Pacific Tsunami Warning and Mitigation System as meant for national authorities in each country of that system. National authorities will determine the appropriate level of alert for each country and may issue additional or more refined information. Watch this. The tsunami forecast is updated in this message. Here they're showing us 7.1. I'm going to show you some more information showing it to be a 7.3. Okay, again, Kyushu, Japan. Evaluation. An earthquake with preliminary magnitude 7.1 occurred in Kyushu, Japan, at 0728 UTC, that's in Japan. Based on all available data, the tsunami threat from this earthquake is now past. Tsunami threat forecast updated. There is no longer a tsunami threat from this earthquake. Recommended actions. Remain observant and exercise normal caution near the sea. Otherwise, no action is required. Potential impacts. Minor sea level fluctuations may occur in some coastal areas near the earthquake over the next few hours. Minor sea level fluctuations, meaning during high tide and low tide. Next update and additional information. This is the final tsunami threat statement issued for this event unless new information is received or the situation changes, which it has not. Authoritative information about the earthquake from the U.S. Geological Society Geological Survey can be found on the internet at earthquake.usgs.gov. One more here. One more, guys. This is also important. Tsunami message number 4. Tsunami message number 4 here. Okay? Why am I showing this? It's important for everybody's information. You may have friends, you may have relatives in Japan, you may have had friends and relatives in various parts of the world. That's why we're showing you this. It's important. Okay? Tsunami message number 4. Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, Honolulu, Hawaii. Friday, July 17th. Okay, this is not the one I wanted. This is not the one I wanted at all. So I just showed you all the available tsunami message information. There is no tsunami threat at all. At all. However, there's something else you need to know about. Okay? I'm going to go to my other device now, pull up the information. I want to show you this. This is pertinent to what we're talking about here. Okay? USGS not showing all the information at all. At all. Okay? I'm going to show you the USGS map here. I'm going to take down our EMA banner here. I'm going to go over this earthquake here on the USGS map here and show you exactly what's going on here. This is where the earthquake occurred, in a populated area of southern Japan, Kyushu, Japan, right here. This is supposedly a 6.8 earthquake. I'm calling it a 7.4 earthquake. I'm calling this a 7.4 earthquake, guys. Let's zoom in here. Yes, we have a lot of farmland here as well. But as you can see, it's heavily populated. Heavily populated here, guys. Major earthquake. Major earthquake. USGS is showing a 4.7 aftershock. They're showing a 4.4 aftershock. Out here in the ocean, here in this bay, they're showing a 4.8 aftershock here. Right here, they're showing a 4.4 aftershock here. Here we're showing a 5.0 aftershock. And this is a 5.6 aftershock further down here to the south. This is in the mountainous region here. It's in the mountainous region here in southern Japan. There are other towns as well here. Other populated areas here as well. These populated areas also felt this earthquake. Now, with that said, let's go over to the European map here. The European map is going to show us completely different. Completely different, guys. Let me show you this. Okay? USGS is not showing us much of anything, are they? Look at this. Over 100 earthquakes have already hit Japan. Over 100 earthquakes have already hit Japan here. I show you the large earthquakes, I show you 7.4. Not 6.8, but 7.4 earthquake. Now, this is a 3.5 small quake, also out here in this bay. Going further south here, this is a 2.1 minor quake. Minor earthquake. Way down here to the south, this is a 3.7 small quake. Aftershocks are everywhere, guys. They're everywhere. Here's a 5.6 earthquake there. To the west of that earthquake, here's a 5.0 earthquake right there. Okay? Just north of that 5.6, we have a 2.5 minor earthquake. All kinds of minor earthquakes, all kinds of small earthquakes, and yes, we also have some 4.5, 5.5, 5.6 earthquakes here as well. They're not showing us all the earthquakes here at all. Now, okay, on this particular map, you see earthquakes in a fairly small region. Let me enlarge this a little bit. I want to show you earthquakes all over the place. Literally all over. Okay? Here in one of the towns, here are 20 plus earthquakes right there. 20 plus earthquakes right there. Okay? Incredible. Incredible. It's a heavily populated region. 20 plus earthquakes right there. I'm not kidding, guys. I'm not kidding. Over here to the northeast, another 5.0 earthquake. Further over here to the east, a 2.7 minor earthquake there. Down here to the south, this is a 4.4 moderate earthquake here. A 4.4 moderate earthquake here. Okay? Up here to the north. Yatsuhiro, Kumamoto, Japan, a 2.7 minor earthquake there. West of there, this is another 5.0 earthquake right there. Okay? Up here to the north. This is a 4.4 earthquake here. North there, this is another 4.4 earthquake. North of there, we have another 10 plus earthquakes right there. Like I said, USGS not even showing us half the earthquakes at all. Not even close to half the earthquakes. 10 plus earthquakes right there. 10 plus earthquakes right there. To the north of this dot here, we have heavily populated area. This dot is in a forested area here in Japan. Now I can tap on it, but I can't get any closer than that. It's not going to show me any other earthquakes. We have 10 plus earthquakes right there. Okay, another one here. You show another 10 plus earthquakes here in just a second. Actually, I'm going to show you 20 here, right there. 20 plus earthquakes right there, right next to a very, very populated area. Okay, over 100 earthquakes here in southern Japan. All USGS is showing us are trash. 7 earthquakes. 7 earthquakes when we have over 100 earthquakes here. Over 100 earthquakes here, guys. And USGS decides to say, oh, it's not necessary to show the earthquakes. Now, guys, even with this earthquake in Japan, if you go to the earthquake map the USGS puts out, it's only showing 223 earthquakes worldwide. 223 earthquakes worldwide. That doesn't show squat. Not squat. Okay? Now I'm going to back this map out. I showed you where the majority of the earthquakes are happening, and large earthquake in the world right now. Down to the south here, Philippines. East side of the Mindanao, Philippines, the biggest island in the Philippines. This is a 5.3 large earthquake here. 23 kilometers, about 12 miles east of Kinabaluan, Philippines. Off the east coast of the Philippines here, a large earthquake. And yes, some people here felt it. It's close enough to shore where some people may have felt some part of this earthquake. I don't believe anybody felt full brunt of 5.3 earthquake, but they did feel at least 4.8, 4.9 shaking. The other seismic energy was absorbed by the ocean waters of the Pacific Ocean. Okay? Let's back out here. There are 48 earthquakes here in Indonesia. USGS shows 1 earthquake here. 1 earthquake here in northern Java, Indonesia. Another 5.0 earthquake. 48 earthquakes here. USGS shows us 1 5.0 here. Over in Papua New Guinea. Over here in Papua New Guinea. Out here in the ocean. We have another 5.4 large earthquake here. Okay? 211 miles southeast of Kokopo, Papua New Guinea. Nobody felt it. The ocean waters absorbed the shock waves from this quake. Further here to the east, Kirakira, Solomon Islands. This is also a 5.0 earthquake right there. 5.0 earthquake right there. Yes, Linda Covington, I saw Mary Greeley's report. Over here in Fiji, guys, south of Fiji Islands. This is another large 5.1 earthquake here. Down to the southeast here, south of Tonga. This is another 5.1 earthquake here. Up here on the Tonga Trench to the north, we have a 4.5 earthquake here, 52 kilometers, not 52, 92 kilometers south of Hiifo, Tonga. This is 123 kilometers deep, a shallow earthquake. We don't have any deep earthquakes here. Now, guys, again, USGS is not even telling us the truth here. Let me show you what's going on here. Those of you that have been with me quite a while know what I'm going to show you here. Look at the earthquakes here. Going down here into New Zealand. Tons of earthquakes here, guys. tons of earthquakes. Okay? North of New Zealand here in the Kermadec Islands. 3.34 to 3.89 earthquake here in the Kermadec Islands here. Down here to the south, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 35 earthquakes here in New Zealand. 35 earthquakes here in New Zealand, guys. USGS doesn't show any at all. Now we're between New Zealand and Indonesia, we have over 100 earthquakes, guys. Over 100 earthquakes. And yet USGS not showing any there at all. That's insanity, guys. That's complete insanity. Now, there was one other earthquake here over here in southwestern Australia, both USGS and European Agency took down. Right down here. Right down here. See where it says Washington National Park? This is where a 2.9 earthquake hit earlier today. Both USGS and the European Agency took it down. I should have gotten a timestamp of that, but I didn't do it. Okay? I didn't do it. Now, I'm going to back this out. Okay? I briefly want to go over here into the Atlantic Ocean here. Actually, before I do that, China here. Good old China here, guys. Right here. We have another 5.1 earthquake here. This is interesting, though, guys. This is interesting. They're still not showing all the earthquakes here. They're not showing all the earthquakes here at all. Look at here. Up here to the northwest here, we have a 4.2 earthquake here. Down here to the southwest here, we have a 4.7 earthquake here. Here's that 5.7 I told you about. Here's a 5.8. Here's a 5.1 earthquake. Imagine that. They're still not being honest with us at all. They're showing us 5 earthquakes here. 5 earthquakes. There are 6 earthquakes right here. There are 6 earthquakes right here. Now, while you might say, Ron, that's insignificant because what's the difference between 5 and 6 for one earthquake? Let me show you something else here, guys. There's more to it than that. Down here to the south, Southeast Asia, Burma that they now call Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, earthquakes. Earthquakes, guys. Down here we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 earthquakes here in Southeast Asia. They're not showing them here. Not showing them. Burma, 3.2 earthquake here. 3.2 small earthquake. South there, at 2.4. Minor earthquake, yes. This is a 3.3. Okay, small earthquakes. going over here into right here, the Himalaya Mountains. All these earthquakes from Indonesia and Myanmar end up in the Himalaya Mountains here. USGS not even showing these here. 3 earthquakes here, guys, in the Himalaya Mountains. This is a 3.6 small earthquake. Just to the north of it, 3 more earthquakes here, a 2.9 and another 2.9 here, and 1 more earthquake north there, the foothills of the Himalaya Mountains here in China. We have a 3.0 earthquake there. Okay? Guys, this is the edge of the tectonic plate here. This is the edge of the tectonic plate here. That's why we have earthquakes. Edge of the plate comes up here from Indonesia into Myanmar and goes over here into the Himalaya Mountains. That's a fact. Okay? Then we go over into Afghanistan. Afghanistan, guys, we have a 4.5 earthquake here. Northeast of there in China again is another 3.3. We're showing this here. 4.2 earthquake here. This is a 5.1 earthquake here. That's all they're showing us. But over here is another 4.5. Tajikistan. Tajikistan, guys. Interesting. Note that the USGS is not showing us anything else here in the Middle East, in Africa, or anywhere else in Europe. Nothing. Not a freaking thing. Not a freaking thing. I want to show you something, guys, right here. See this area here? The Turkish-Syria border region? 50 plus earthquakes here. 50 plus earthquakes here. Why? Because here, 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago, February 3rd, 3 years ago, 2023, we had a 9.0, 10.0 earthquake here. And unalived over 5,000 people and injured over 5,000 others. We're still having aftershocks here. All throughout the region. All over Turkey as well. All over Turkey as well. US just not showing one of them. None of them. None of them at all. Look what's happening over here in Greece. 25 earthquakes here in Greece, guys. US just shows us nothing at all. Sad. Sad. How about Italy, guys? What do we see in Italy? Down here in Sicily, 1.8 tremor here. Southern Italy, 2.6 and a 2.0 earthquake right there. Up to the north along the coastline, a 2.2 minor earthquake there. Just going inland a bit, a 0.8 microquake here. Then let's go north up here. This is important. This is very important. Why? Campi Flegrei, guys. Campi Flegrei here. Yes, right here we have Vesuvius volcano. Vesuvius volcano is also putting out steam again. It has tremors, minor earthquakes hitting. USGS doesn't show it anything here. Nothing. Not a thing. The European agency is showing a 1.0 tremor here at Vesuvius volcano. Campi Flegrei. Campi Flegrei right here. It's moving. It's moving in a big way. USGS shows nothing. European agency showing a 1.3 tremor here in Campi Flegrei. Campi Flegrei, you show craters here, right? See all kinds of craters here. There's a reason. When Vesuvius volcano erupted, other magma roared out of these craters as well, uncovered this entire area here in lava. Covered this entire area in lava. Yet we still have tremors here and minor earthquakes as well. Nobody's talking about it, but it's happening. European agency showing us tremors here at Vesuvius and also Campi Flegrei. Going up to the north, north central Italy. North central Italy. Here we have nearly 50 earthquakes here. Nearly 50 earthquakes. Guys, we're getting ready to have another large earthquake here. Since this first happened about 3 years ago, we've had two 5.1 earthquakes here, and the swarms keep happening. The swarms keep happening. We're going to see another large earthquake here very soon. Very, very soon. Now, up to the north, Slovenia, 1.7 tremor here. 1.7 tremor. Why am I talking about it? Because USGS is not showing anything at all. They don't think they have to. Here is northern Italy here. 1.1 tremor here. Alps Mountains. Alps Mountains here, Veneto, Italy. 1.0 tremor here. Over in the central Alps Mountains here, also in Italy here, 0.6 microquake. Just north there, over here in Germany this time, 1.1 tremor here. Then over here in southern Italy here, I shouldn't say southern, northwestern Italy here, we have a 0.9 microquake. Right here we have a 0.4 microquake. Let's go to France. Let's go over here to France. France-Germany border. 1.2 tremor here. Right next to it, 1.0 tremor here. Okay. Let's go further south. This time, southern France. Guys, it's about 85 degrees here and raining. 85 degrees here and raining. Renee Sebi's putting out a tornado warning right now in Odenton, Maryland. We are having thunderstorms and tornadoes up and down the coastline of the United States. Tornado warning has been issued for Rock Hall, New Jersey, as well, till 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time, which is another 25 minutes from now. Down here, the Spain-French border, 3 earthquakes right there. USGS not showing one of them. Not one of them. Nothing there. To the east, a 1.5 tremor. Then over to the west, we have another 1.5, another 1.5 here. 3 1.5 tremors here, the Spain-French border. Then we go over here to western France. Brittany, France. 2.0 earthquake here. 2.0 earthquake here in Brittany, France. Just south of England. Then we go up to Scotland, guys. We don't often have earthquakes here in British Columbia, or not British Columbia, but the British Isles here. And we have our dear friend Total Vagabonds from Ireland here. Welcome, Total Vagabonds, here if you're still here. I appreciate you being here. It's the middle of the night in Ireland. Here in Scotland. We have a 2.5 minor earthquake here. 2.5 minor earthquake here in Scotland. USGS not showing anything at all. Going up here into northern Sweden. Right here. Norrland. Malm Mountain. M-A-L-N Mountain. Or in Swedish, Malmberget. Malmberget. A 2.0 minor earthquake right there. USGS not showing anything at all. Iceland, guys. Let's go to Iceland. This takes a cake. USGS is showing earthquakes here. This earthquake here, 5.4 earthquake. Interesting enough, a 5.4 earthquake. Why are they not showing the other earthquakes here? Why? Yes, it's a 5.4 earthquake. They also have a 5.35 earthquake here as well. 5.35 earthquake here as well. Okay. Just to the northeast of there, this is a 2.0 minor earthquake. This is the 3.1 earthquake here. And just south of there, we have a 3.4. But what USGS is not telling anybody, guys, Europeans aren't saying much about it either, but these earthquakes here, guys, are at a volcano. These earthquakes are at a volcano. It's called Aveyah. I can't even pronounce this right. KirkjavarkJubaEJarklaustur. Iceland. It's a volcano, guys, covered by a glacier. Earthquakes hitting there, guys. Earthquakes hitting there. And down south there. Down south there also right here. This is also another volcano covered by ice. Here we have a 2.2 minor earthquake there at the volcano. As I've said before, all the volcanoes around the world are reawakening. They're readjusting. They have incoming magma into all the volcanoes. That's why we're seeing earthquakes at these volcanoes. Fact. Fact, guys. Okay? That's why. Now I'm going to go back to the United States real quick here. I'm going to end this program very soon. Back here in the United States and Canada as well. Right here, just south of the St. Lawrence Seaway, Canada, Quebec Province, Canada. 19 miles west of St. Michael des Saints, Canada, with a 1.76 tremor here. Just south of the St. Lawrence Seaway there. 1.76 tremor there. South there, way down here off North Shore of Florida. Both USGS and the European Agency have this as an earthquake. USGS has this as an explosion. And this is an explosion. A 4.0 earthquake explosion here in the Atlantic Ocean, southeast of Jacksonville, Florida. There's no explosion, guys. There's no explosion. They see this as an experimental explosion. You're not going to see an explosion out here unless they take dynamite or C4 out to the seafloor and ignite it. Renee Sevi's showing a tornado warning has been issued for Spotsylvania Virginia until 7 p.m. tonight, which is another 35 minutes from now. If you're anywhere near these tornado warnings or severe thunderstorm warnings, you need to start taking cover now. Go to the innermost part of your house if you don't have a basement. Go to the innermost part of your house, hopefully a hallway without windows. Go there and pull a mattress over the top of you. Stay there until there's an all clear. Stay there until there's an all clear if you have a severe thunderstorm or a tornado warning there. That's the best way to stay safe here. Best way to stay safe here. Down here in the Caribbean Sea, right here, south of the Cayman Islands here. This is the 4.5 earthquake here on the Cayman Trench. 4.5 earthquake here on the Cayman Trench, just south of the Cayman Islands here. This energy came from over here in South America here, Guatemala. This energy is going to migrate north and east here. It's going to go over here to Cuba. Going to continue to migrate north of Jamaica there, over here to Cuba, over Haiti and the Dominican Republic, and even over here into Puerto Rico, and possibly over here also into the U.S. and British Virgin Islands here. That's what's going. Over here in the Dominican Republic here, southeast of the Dominican Republic here, we have a 3.8 small earthquake here. In the moment of passage between DR and Puerto Rico here, we have a 3.3 small earthquake here. Northwestern Puerto Rico, we have a 2.4 earthquake right there. Southwestern Puerto Rico, we have a swarm of earthquakes again. This swarm of earthquakes, guys, is related to two major earthquakes that hit here in 2019. One 8.0 and one 8.4 earthquake hit here December 26th and December 28th, 2019. All these earthquakes here are aftershocks of those earthquakes. This is a 1.8 tremor here. This is a 2.1 earthquake here, Columbus, Puerto Rico. Down here to the southwest here, this is Fuig, F-U-I-G, Puerto Rico, 1.8 tremor here. Down here to the south here, this near Maria Antonia, Puerto Rico. This is a 2.2 earthquake. This is a 2.4 earthquake, 2.0 earthquake here, 3.5 earthquake here, small 3.5, 2.4 minor earthquake again. This is a 2.3. This is a 2.1, 2.3. This is a 2.3 earthquake here. This is a 2.1 here, and a 2.0 down here in the Caribbean here, south of Puerto Rico here. All these earthquakes you see here are aftershocks of two major earthquakes that hit here, December 26, December 28, 2019, 8.0 and 8.4 man-made earthquakes here. That's what's causing these aftershocks here. Fact. Fact. Do we have any questions for me? Rob 52 says you're going to have to text or call him. Ron has done this before, ignoring the calls, take shelter from a tornado warning from our chat here. Let me check this and see what's going on. I do hear some minor thunder here, but that's all. Let's check my warnings here. Now there's some more thunder here. Yes, guys, it's time for me to exit the air. Guess what? Major thunderstorms rolling through this area west-east here. West-east. Look at all these thunderstorms. I'm going to exit this. I'm going to exit this video here. I'm going to leave the air because right now We're in the first part of a thunderstorm here, major thunderstorm here. This is moving west-east here, moving west-east here. That's what you're seeing here, moving west-east. This normal. Guys, I'm going to get off the air here because this is going to continue for some time, probably the next 2 hours or so. May God bless you guys. May God be with you until we meet again. Please help support this channel by going over to our PayPal locations that you see scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Go there and give us donations to our PayPal and make sure we can stay on the air. We need your donations here to stay on the air with our channel. It takes money to stay on the air, guys. We buy bandwidth every month. Now it's over $300 a month for bandwidth. God bless you. God be with you until we meet again, guys. I'm not going to spend time playing any music in this chat right now. Have a good day, guys. God bless you. God be with you until we meet again. Go over to Ryan Hall, y'all, with a live weather report of what's going on. He has information.